On Law Weekly today, we look closely at the directive of the Nigerian Bar Association Benin branch, withdrawing legal services for persons accused of kidnapping and armed robbery. Also showing on the program, International Federation of Women Lawyers FIDA Lagos State Branch celebrate their 2019 Law Week with a lecture on reducing vulnerability through social protection. As the administration of the Lagos State government winds down, the Attorney General of Lagos takes stock of his stewardship in office. All that and more on this episode of Law Weekly. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Shola Shuyeli. The security situation in the country continues to be a source of concern for many, including legal practitioners. In the recent past, members of the Nigerian Bar Association in Imo and Ekiti State have had to stage protests to condemn what they describe as pervasive insecurity in the country, following incidents of kidnaps and murder of some of their members. At several times, the leadership of the Nigerian Bar Association has also called for improved security in the country. The NBA Benin branch held an emergency meeting last week, and in a communique released after the meeting, the bar ordered the immediate withdrawal of the services of all lawyers registered with the branch from defendant persons charged with the offenses of kidnapping and armed robbery in the state. The bar resolved that all lawyers are prohibited from appearing for such suspects either at the police station or in any court within Edo State. Channels Television's correspondent in Edo State, Jessica Ologboshe, spoke to an executive member of the NBA branch to get a deeper understanding of why the branch took this stance. Here's the interview.
Give us a background on the incessant cases of kidnap and armed robbery against the members of the Benin Bar, because that is one of the reasons the bar listed for this directive.
We lawyers have realized or noticed that armed robbers and kidnappers target lawyers, in Edo State. Not too long ago, the state coordinator of Legal Aid Council in Edo State, Mrs. QC Usawe and her husband were harassed, while they were about to be taken, and of course God saved them and they were released. And then Mr. Razak Alume, a stalwart in Benin branch as well, was kidnapped or was about to be taken. He was fortunate as well to escape from the kidnappers. I think it's the Razak incident that has spurred the bar into convening an emergency meeting that was held on the 17th of April 2019, and it was at that meeting that this communique that you have talked about was issued, in which we gave several directives binding on lawyers who are registered with the branch in Benin here. The communique does not prevent suspects from sourcing for advocates outside the limits that is Benin Bar. We believe that, yes, it's time for us to make a strong statement on this so that they can be aware as well that we are lawyers. They come to us when they have problems. And so when you take us, who are they going to approach when they have problems? We're not encouraging them. At the same time, we can't stop them from doing what they do. But we as lawyers believe they should have at least a modicum of respect for lawyers all around the country. Anywhere they find lawyers, they should respect them a little. Though it's our professional responsibility to defend criminals, there's a constitutional responsibility as well. We are all aware of that, but we are no longer comfortable with the incest and the Mabibori word, harassment and kidnap of lawyers in Edo State and environs.
Now, what were the initial steps your bar took concerning this matter? Did you have an interface with security agencies, with the government, security agencies, the prosecutors, the judges? Did you write them? Did you talk with them that these were your concerns?
Well, that has been a continuous exercise. We have a committee that is responsible for bar-police relations, and these are some of the things that the committee discussed with the police and other security agencies. Yes, so I would say yes, we interface with them, all the time, on these issues: armed robbery, kidnapping, petty crimes, molestation of women, everything.
Now, how do you respond to those who say this directive is a breach of constitutional provisions concerning the rights of persons and professional conduct for lawyers? You think these people are right when they say that it's not right for lawyers to take this position?
It will depend on the perspective, it is viewed from. This is done to send out a clear message to kidnappers and armed robbers operating within Edo State and environment that lawyers are no longer comfortable with the activities, first of all, and then especially as it involves lawyers. I think it's fair enough. We have not said that we have not returning to the courts to defend them in the future, but for now, this is what we want to do. We want to send a clear message to them. Do your business. We can't stop you from doing your business, but as lawyers, please respect us, because you come back to us when you have problems. So if you take us, who is going to defend you?
Now, I would like you to tell us about compliance of your members with this directive so far. This directive was reached on the 17th of April this year. Has there been compliance so far?
I would say yes, because we have not had any incidents, or there's been no report of non-compliance. I would say yes, there's been substantial compliance with the communique issued.
Would like to know what the punishment for attempted kidnap and armed robbery is. Do you suggest that stiffer penalties be incorporated, or the law be amended for there to be stiffer penalties for offenses like this?
Quite frankly, I doubt if amending laws is going to help, because they are stiffer enough the way they are now. I think for armed robbery, it's a minimum 21 years and then maximum life or death sentence, depending on jurisdiction. For kidnap, where life is lost is death by hanging. Where no life is lost, it's at the discretion of the judge. So I think, the laws we have now, they are appropriate. They cover well the situation. It doesn't deter them. I don't think an improvement on the laws will deter them. It's a business for them. Perhaps government will have to look for another way to discourage crime. Apparently the laws are not working.